I had 6 brothers and 4 sisters, and I'm number 7 in the family.
Health concerns are a common issue for athletes, but for some, it turns into a complete nightmare. This was the case for Earl Campbell. He fell into a series of health problems, from crippling arthritis to foot drop. Pain became his constant companion, leading him to addiction to painkillers and eventually needing rehab. His health struggles made his life incredibly hard. Earl Campbell is a former American football running back who spent 8 seasons in the NFL, mostly with the Houston Oilers. Famous for his tough, powerful running style and knack for breaking tackles, he earned a reputation as one of the greatest power running backs in NFL history. Unfortunately, his health took a bad turn later in life, making things very difficult for him. But before we get into the details, make sure to subscribe. Campbell has faced a variety of physical ailments in his later years. By 2001, when he was 46, he could barely close his fist due to arthritis in his hands. He developed foot drop because of nerve damage in his legs, which made walking even more difficult. Bending his back and knees became a struggle. In 2009, he was diagnosed with spinal stenosis, a condition that further complicated his mobility. Because of these difficulties, Campbell now uses a cane or a walker, and sometimes even a wheelchair for longer distances. At first, Campbell believed these health issues were genetic. He thought it was something that ran in his family. However, in 2012, he admitted, "I think some of it came from playing football, playing the way I did." His health challenges have undoubtedly made his life much harder, showing the high price he paid for his career on the field. In 2009, Campbell's health problems took a darker turn when he became addicted to painkillers that were prescribed for his spinal stenosis. At his worst, he was taking up to 10 OxyContin pills a day, often washing them down with Budweiser. This struggle with addiction was a tough battle, but Campbell sought help and went through rehabilitation that same year. He managed to break free from the addiction, showing incredible strength. In 2013, he decided to go public with his story. Since then, he has been vocal about the dangers of substance abuse, using his experience to warn others and advocate for those facing similar struggles. Although his health problems took over him, his legacy remains unforgettable. Campbell is widely acknowledged as one of the best power running backs in NFL history. His peers held him in high regard, recognizing his extraordinary talent and toughness. His impact on the game was so profound that, in 1990, he was honored by being inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame, joining other legendary players like Jim Plunkett from Stanford, who also won the Heisman Trophy. One of Campbell's most significant recognitions came in 1979, when the University of Texas decided to retire his jersey number 20. This was a huge deal because he was the first football player from the Longhorns to receive such an honor, marking his incredible contributions to the team. Years later, in 2000, Campbell's legacy was reaffirmed through an internet poll where Longhorns fans voted for the Texas All-Century team. Campbell not only made the team, but received the highest number of votes, even surpassing Ricky Williams, who had graduated not long before. On July 27, 1991, Campbell was welcomed into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It was a special moment for Campbell and football fans alike, as he was joined by other greats like John Hannah, Stan Jones, Tex Schramm, and Jan Stenerud. The ceremony became even more memorable when Bum Phillips, who had been Campbell's coach and a key figure in his career, introduced him. Before this, in 1987, the Houston Oilers had already retired Campbell's jersey number 34, showing their immense respect for his contributions to the team. In 1999, Campbell's significance was further recognized when he was inducted as one of the 6 original members of the Titans Hall of Fame. However, Campbell declined to attend the induction ceremony, making it clear that he identified as a Houston Oiler, not a Tennessee Titan, reflecting his loyalty to the team he originally played for. That same year, the Sporting News ranked Campbell as the 33rd greatest football player of all time, making him the highest-ranked player from the Houston Oilers franchise. A decade later, in 2010, the NFL Network placed him at number 55 on their list of the 100 greatest NFL players ever, ranking him as the 3rd greatest power back of all time, just behind legends Jim Brown and John Riggins. On September 9, 2006, Campbell was celebrated in a grand halftime ceremony during a game against Ohio State. The event included the unveiling of a towering 9-foot bronze statue of Campbell in the southwest corner of Royal Memorial Stadium, a lasting tribute to his legacy. That same year, he graced the cover of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, an accolade he had missed out on during his playing days. In 2019, Campbell's legacy was further solidified when he was named one of the 12 running backs on the NFL 100th anniversary all-time team. Shortly after, on January 13, 2020, he was honored during the College Football Playoff National Championship as part of the 150th anniversary of college football celebrations. ESPN ranked him as the 7th best college football player of all time, a testament to his enduring influence on the sport. Campbell's impact extends beyond the football field. In 1981, the Texas legislature declared him an official state hero. This recognition underscores his status not just as a sports icon, but as a revered figure in Texas history. In Tyler, Texas, where Campbell hails from, a section of roadway was named the Earl Campbell Parkway in his honor in 2012. The following year, the Earl Campbell Tyler Rose Award was established, celebrating the best offensive player in NCAA Division I with ties to Texas. This award keeps Campbell's legacy alive, inspiring future generations of football players. His career, too, was an extraordinary one. Campbell's journey in the NFL started with a bang when he was picked first overall in the 1978 NFL Draft by the Houston Oilers. The Oilers signed him to a 6-year, $1.4 million contract after trading several picks. Campbell lived up to the hype in his rookie season, rushing for a league-leading and rookie record 1,450 yards. His outstanding performance earned him the Offensive Rookie of the Year award from both the Sporting News and the Associated Press. He also received the AFC Offensive Player of the Year, NFL Offensive Player of the Year, and NFL Most Valuable Player honors from various organizations. Campbell's success helped ignite the Louvier Blue era in Houston. In 1979, Campbell carried the team through a challenging season, especially when quarterback Dan Pastorini was injured. Campbell led the Oilers to a 5-game winning streak, highlighted by a 195-yard, 2-touchdown performance against the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day. He ended the season with 1,697 rushing yards and 19 touchdowns, setting NFL records for 100-yard rushing games, consecutive 100-yard games, and total carries. His efforts earned him the NFL MVP, AP Offensive Player of the Year, and the Burt Bell Award for the league's most outstanding player. Campbell's aggressive running style, characterized by his willingness to run over defenders, led to concerns about his longevity. Critics worried about how long he could maintain such a physically demanding style without getting seriously injured. Despite these concerns, Coach Bum Phillips defended Campbell's style, saying, "I've been looking for a back like Earl. I'm not going to change his style. Why would I?" In 1979, the Oilers had an 11-5 regular season record and won their first home playoff game since 1960. They continued their playoff run by beating the San Diego Chargers, even with Campbell and Pastorini missing the game due to injuries. Unfortunately, they lost the conference championship to the Pittsburgh Steelers, where Campbell was held to just 15 yards on 17 carries. The 1980 season was Campbell's most productive, with 1,934 rushing yards in 15 games, averaging 128.9 yards per game. He came close to breaking O.J. Simpson's single-season rushing record. Campbell led the league in rushing yards and touchdowns and set a record for most carries in a season. Over 60% of his yards came in the fourth quarter, earning him the nickname, the toughest in the fourth. He even threw a 57-yard touchdown pass to receiver Billy White Shoes Johnson. Despite finishing with an 11-5 record, the Oilers lost in the wild card round to the Oakland Raiders. Campbell was once again named the league's MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. The Oilers faced challenges in the following years. Coach Bum Phillips was fired after the 1980 season. In 1981, the Oilers finished 7-9 and missed the playoffs for the first time with Campbell on the roster. Despite Campbell's efforts, including back-to-back 180-yard games, he did not lead the league in rushing for the first time in his career. The 1982 season was shortened by a players' strike, and the Oilers ended with a 1-8 record. Campbell's performance dipped, with only 538 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Campbell bounced back in 1983 with 1,301 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns, earning his 5th Pro Bowl invitation. However, the Oilers had a disastrous 2-14 season. Frustrated, Campbell demanded a trade after being benched in the second half of a game against the Cincinnati Bengals. He expressed his dissatisfaction with the team's poor performance and the criticism he faced. In 1984, under new head coach Earl Campbell, the Oilers started the season with 6 straight losses. After rushing for only 278 yards in the first 6 games, Campbell was traded to the New Orleans Saints, reuniting him with Bum Phillips. In a surprising move, the New Orleans Saints acquired Campbell in exchange for their first-round draft pick in 1985, which the Houston Oilers used to select cornerback Richard Johnson. This trade raised eyebrows because the Saints already had George Rogers. Now, with Campbell and Rogers, the Saints had 2 Heisman Trophy winners running the ball. Campbell's debut with the Saints was modest, carrying the ball 5 times for 19 yards. Throughout the rest of the 1984 season, he played a reduced role, finishing with 468 yards and 4 touchdowns, without a single 100-yard game. In 1985, Campbell managed just one 100-yard game, a 160-yard effort against the Minnesota Vikings, where he also scored his only touchdown of the season. He wrapped up the year with 643 rushing yards on 158 carries. Contemplating a return to hit the 10,000 career rushing yards milestone, Campbell ultimately decided to retire during the 1986 preseason, recognizing the physical toll his career had taken on him. "I'm a man. I'm not a little boy," he said. "I believe this is the best thing, not only for myself, but for the Saints." Campbell ended his NFL career with 9,407 rushing yards and 74 touchdowns from 2,087 carries, along with 121 receptions for 806 yards in the regular season. That is it for this one, but if you happen to like NFL legends, make sure to check out our latest videos on our channel NFL Icons. I'm sure you will love it.